As you see, whatever we go in this book, this book is stupid and doesn't make sense. Scientifically wrong, historically wrong, grammatically wrong, Arabic wrong, pronunciation wrong. Once he say Jibril, once he say Gabriel, once he say Ibrahim, once he say Abraham. I mean, one he say his name is Muhammad, one he say his name is Ahmad, one he say his name is Mustafa. Muhammad, the Quran is messed up book. If you ask any Muslim what Musas mean, the Quran says Musas. What Musas mean? They do not know. Okay. What Israel mean? They don't know. Who's Israel? They don't know. What Isa mean? They don't know. What Abraham mean? They don't know. Okay, what Jibreel mean? They don't know. What Allah mean? They don't know. So what do you know? Because all the cult of Islam is a theft. All of it. It's a collection. It's like somebody, he went to a museum, and this museum he have items from many centuries, from many nations, collection of items from the Roman, from the Persian, from the Jews, from the Japanese, from the Chinese. So he go inside the museum, and then he tried to make it that this is all belong to him, but it doesn't match. You know what I mean? And then Muhammad, suddenly he is a doctor. He knew how the baby is made. Muhammad, he knew about astronomy. Muhammad, he knew about how the earth is made, how the mountains is made. I mean, suddenly this guy, he knows everything. And the funny, which I found it very funny about Muhammad, which I'm happy that he do that. He volunteer to be stupid, which make it a lot easier for us to get him busted, because I'm really so happy that Muhammad, he is not the person who was so quiet. This guy, he talk a lot, and the more he talk, the more he do poo-poo. As an example, the Quran says that Zulqarnain, the man with the two horn, he found the sun sitting in the murky water. The Muslim, they try to fabricate, and they say, oh no, this is Alexander the Great. He thought the sun looked like it is sitting in the murky water. He thought. Then Muhammad, he talk, and Muhammad, when he talk, he get the Abdul busted. So the Abdul, they spend a lot of money making videos to defend this issue, but then Muhammad, he cannot stop doing poo-poo. Look what he said. I was sitting behind Allah Messenger, SAWS, this is like a PhD, from Allah, who was riding a donkey while the sun was setting. He said, do you know where this set? Talking about the sun. I replied, Allah and his apostle knows best. Here we go. The Muslim, they associate the knowledge of their God with the knowledge of Muhammad. He said, it's set in a spring of warm water. Now, how we can, if we are Muslims, defend Muhammad now? Here we go. Muhammad explained the verse, and he said the sun set in a murky water. How a Muslim can say, so they will say to you, oh, I reject this hadith, I don't like it. No, this is bad. This is the only way. The same as this is why today we said we don't accept hadith. But do you accept Quran? Quran confirmed this, which is the Quran says that he found it sitting in murky water, and he found next to it people who live there. I love African people, but I noticed that the Nigerian Muslims are the most corrupt, hypocrite Muslims ever. Until now, I did not receive a call from a Nigerian Muslim. He don't lie from the A to the Z. The first thing a Nigerian Muslim, he will say to you when he call you, I don't accept this hadith. I don't believe in the hadith. But they believe in the hadith. They are Sunni. They are Sunni. They believe in the hadith. To avoid the spanking because of the hadith, they say we don't believe. Taqiyya. And then they start fabricating meaning, and then we say, okay, can we show you the interpretation for the verse? They don't want the interpretation. So they don't want the hadith, they don't want the interpretation of the scholars, they don't agree with any scholar. It's just to protect Islam. But by doing that, they got themselves busted. What is left of Islam if you don't do that? If you don't accept the hadith, that means you reject your prophet teaching. If you make your own interpretation for the Quran, that means you are refusing all the interpretation even by Muhammad himself, and you claim that you know better. If you are a Muslim and you want to leave Islam, you can send me a message, as many of you do always. Actually, a good group of Christians here, they created a group to speak to those who like to speak in that group. So I receive messages, and if I ask the person, do you like me to make you join this group to teach you the Bible, etc.? If you like, you know, he go there. So if you are a Muslim, you like to call me. If you are shy, or let's say afraid to speak in public, to say I'm leaving Islam, I understand, you can text me, and I will not mention anything about you. Anyone? And you know, I'm really happy that the Lord blessed us with too many Muslims who left Islam in the last few months. I don't know. I don't know. I can't even remember how many. Too many. So I'm really happy that in the year 2018 it was very fruitful. The tree of teaching was doing great, and a lot of Muslims leaving Islam. And I pray, actually, we are doing good already. We are just 15 days in 2019, and we have many people left Islam right on air in this program. You can watch them in the previous videos. So we are doing good. Actually, we are doing great, but it's going to be greater if all of us we copy those videos and share them everywhere, and people watch them, and people leave Islam. Not everyone leave Islam is going to call. Many they leave. I mean, those videos are really scary. There's no way a human being, you see, at the end of the day, a Muslim is a person like us, and there's many of them. They are good people. They have dignity. They have honesty. Not everyone is like this guy from Nigeria who called me, who tried to lie every 2 seconds. There's many of the Muslims, they are coming from good families, they have good dignity, they have honesty. They will not accept to lie to themselves, because when you lie, you're not lying to me, you're lying to yourself. What's the point? When you say to me, the Quran doesn't say the sun set in murky water, but you know the Quran saying that, it's in front of your eyes, that's mean you're lying to yourself. Okay, lie to yourself. Are you hurting me by doing that? No, actually, you are hurting Islam. Any Muslim who watch you saying to me the Quran doesn't say that, inside him he will say, here we go, we are Muslims, we are a bunch of liars. So even when you lie to defend Islam, you are helping me to make more people leave Islam. Even when the Muslim they make false miracles about the Quran, actually the false miracle of the Quran, the science miracle, it's making now many people leave Islam. Because if this religion is a good religion, why in the world I need to fabricate lies to make the Quran fit with science? Which means you make Islam more ugly now. You see, me as a Christian, if a scientist he come to me and he says the Bible says something against science, as an example, Mary, she gave birth to Jesus, shall I fabricate a story and says the Bible doesn't say that? Or I say yes, I believe in that? No, I say I believe in that. It's against science. It is a billion times against science. A Muslim, he don't do that. He's a coward. So in order to avoid what is written in his books, he fabricated stories, he changed the meaning of the words, he gave false translation to make it fit with science. We Christians, we will never do that, because either you are a believer or you are a liar. Why you want to change the meaning of your book, and why you are ashamed of your book? That means you're not a believer. Islam is dead already. And the biggest sign of the death of Islam is them saying I don't accept the hadith, or I don't accept the Quran, Oh, I don't accept the tafsir. So what do you accept? I don't care if science agree that women she can give birth or not, because we believe this is a miracle. This is above nature. This is why it's not normal. Who said that this is normal? Nobody. But we believe in miracles. This is not science. This is totally 1 billion times against science. I am not ashamed of my book, and I will never lie about my book. And my book is not a book of science. Never was and never will be, because it's not meant to teach me about science. It's meant to teach me about God. When God he speak to me about how created the heaven and the earth in the book of Genesis, do you think really God he really taught us everything about how we imagine if God wanna just write, he will give us a book about how the mosquito is made, is going to take maybe 20 books, just the mosquito alone. An eye doctor, to be special in eye, he study hundreds of books to be professional, to be called an eye doctor, just for the eye, not the whole human being. So if God want to explain to us how and what he created, how many million book he need to give us? Imagine how great this word is. The earth, all of it, is not even a dust compared to the galaxies around us. So the book was not meant to be a book of science. But because the Muslims are bankrupt and they notice their weakness, and because they are following satanic religion, which is allowed in them to lie, it's legal, it is lawful in Islam to lie to promote your cult. This is why you will see Muslims have no hesitation for a second to lie in order to make you convert to Islam, because for them Muhammad he justify lying because supposedly your intention is good. Yes, you are lying, but your intention is good. Muhammad he said you can lie in 3 cases: to your family, your friends, and to your enemy. Who's left? And how he justified the lying? It's your good intention, but there's no good intention in lying. Lie is a lie. And the Muslim, they say to you, okay, what if your wife she asks you if she is pretty or not? What you will say to her? You will say to her she's ugly. Well, if she is ugly, why you marry her? Because you are a liar. Maybe you married her like Khadija. Muhammad he married a woman, she is in the age of his mother because she's rich. So if Khadija she asked Muhammad, am I pretty? Muhammad he says, sure, you're so pretty. I love your money. Look at your bracelet in your hands. Right? And you notice here the huge difference between teaching of Muhammad and teaching of Christ. Christ, he said, even you don't take an oath, you don't even swear. Either you say nay, nay, or yea, yea. That's it. Muhammad, you can take an oath, you can swear falsely, you can lie as much as you want, and all is justified as long you have the intention. What is your intention? To defend Islam, you can lie. This is what they call taqiyya. Taqiyya. So how in the world we can believe Muhammad is a prophet? Stupid teaching, false teaching, crazy teaching. The sun set in a spring of murky water. I mean, what we can say? Thank you for being here. And if you like to learn more about Islam, feel free to read my books. And actually, I'm working right now in my book, Deception of Allah, translation to the Malay language, which is Indonesian and Malaysia, they can understand it, and almost ready. So I hope soon we will have it published and people they can have it. To find my books, you can always search in Amazon, whatever your country is, Germany, Amazon.de, France, Amazon France, USA, Amazon.com, depend. So search for Christian Prince, you will find the list of my books. And don't forget, please, for those who got my books, to write an honest review. Don't say it's fantastic unless it is fantastic. We are not Muslims. We don't fabricate. We should not lie. Say things as it is. Be truthful, be honest. Muslims, they write worst review for books they never even read just because it's written by Christian Prince. But those review doesn't hurt me. It's the opposite. Because if a Muslim he gave me a good review, that's mean my book is horrible. If the Muslims one day said to Christian Prince, God bless you, Christian Prince, you are a good guy, we like you, we love you, this means there is something really, really wrong, seriously wrong with the Christian Prince. As simple as that. Don't listen to me, don't learn from me, and don't believe me if the Muslims like what I do, because obviously that is a clear sign that I am a person who is not teaching the truth. The more they are upset from me, the more I am truthful. If they are happy, you know, this is how you scale it. I don't see another scale. You know, when a religion believe in evil, start praising you, obviously you are evil too. As simple as that. We cannot have different explanation. So I want to say thank you for being here. May the Lord bless you, and until we see you soon again, Christ is Lord and Islam is false.
All the glory to you.